Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron, and tonight we are talking about all the games that are leaving on January 23rd. Now, there was some confusion with the December 19th games because they did not show up as last chance to play until December 12th. Before that, for a couple days, they were showing this list. So this list was kind of leaked. Again, this is Ron from the past recording this, so we'll see what happens. If you're watching this, then, you know, that the leak was correct, or whatever the mistake was actually the true list of what's coming for January 23rd. But anyway, the list did not change for weeks into December. It just showed the games that had left in the middle of November. So it was confusing, and I thought I would just explain it to you guys. If you went through the same things I did, where I was looking on the internet and just hoping what they were saying was right. Okay. Anyways, first game that is leaving on January 23rd, and definitely the best. It Takes Two. The only bummer about this game is you do absolutely have to have two players playing it together. There is one lunatic online who adjusted his controllers in such a way with riggings that he was able to play the game by himself. But it looked insane. Do not attempt that. It looked crazy. Anyways, you're about the size of a G.I. Joe, maybe smaller. And you're a husband and wife who have decided to get a divorce. And then all of a sudden you lay down and you go into this dream world, and you're tiny people going through this weird place. So meanwhile, your daughter, you're both in like this comatose state. The husband and wife are, and the daughter is just trying to wake them up. And it's a somber, almost sad story behind all the fun you're having. There's this sadness to it. So kind of a bummer because all the fun you're having in the levels and all the cool level design, this other heartbreaking story is happening at the same time. But either way, it is super fun. I am glad I got to play it. Me and my daughter survived each other long enough to play it. There was a lot of times, if you're not playing with someone who is as patient as you are, or more patient than you are, it can be an uneven game, because it is a puzzle solver, and you have to work together to solve the puzzles. And so it's a little bit of a stress test that way, but yeah, for me and my daughter, it turned out to be great fun. There was just a couple stumping moments where both of us were like, oh, I don't know if we can keep playing this. This is getting tough, but play it if you can. Moving on to SnowRunner. Now, I don't know if any of you saw my video about MudRunner, but yeah, guess what? Guess what, everybody? You're stuck in the mud in SnowRunner. Yeah, and we're using our winch again. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's a light gray winch, but I'm winching myself out of a pile of mud I was stuck in, and then moving slowly forward. I get that there are so many like sim games and different experiences out there, but I just don't understand what kind of person would really enjoy this game. I don't get it. it's not even real to life. It's irritating to me. You get stuck so easily. Anyway, okay, Devil May Cry 5. I've talked about this. It's a great game. I was able to beat it. I think I did it on easy though. Just because for me, I hadn't played any of the games since 2, and I barely played 2. So just to get back in the swing of things, I think I did play most of it on easy just to understand the combos and stuff, because they take a while. And you do get good. And the story is also pretty darn good. I like the switching of the 3 characters, and the story kind of told backwards and forwards. It's interesting here. I didn't know all the lore, and maybe that's why I was so satisfied with it, because I enjoyed it. But anyway. Alright, Jet the Far Shore. This was another one I played a while back. I can't remember why. I think it was new on Extra at the time. Well, now it's leaving. But really cool looking, but if I'm honest, it's hard to play. Look at me bouncing around and stuff. It's hard to control your vehicle and get used to it. And I did get used to it. I played it for like 3 or 4 nights, and you do get used to it. But then they send you on these errands and these missions to do new and different things, and you gotta do precision jumps and leaps and avoid things, and it's a little overwhelming. When you get into the flow of the game, it's more enjoyable, but then, like I said, they start throwing missions at you that aren't exactly pleasant. I wish it was more of just a story. Alright, moving on to Omno. Omno. Now this is the one, for me, that I'm going to keep playing. I really enjoyed this. It's not easy. It's a puzzle platformer, and each level you have to collect 3 orbs of light to activate the exit, and then there's kind of puzzles at the exit as well. And I assume each level gets more and more intense. The first couple are fairly easy, but it's pretty to look at. It's just a nice game. All right, Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. Now this one's tricky. Because first of all, it's I played Divinity Original Sin, or Divinity 2, whatever that was. I kind of enjoyed it. I tried to get into it as much as I can. Okay, now here's the first problem with this. Loading time. Remember this old song? And yes, there's loading times. It's still 0%, now it's 25 or 30, but it's still loading, 'cause I'm playing on a PS4. I don't know that I want to play this game, 'cause the loading times are pretty quite lame. Loading time. All right, so it's a top-down. It's a top-down RPG style game. It's really cool because you can do turn-based or hack and slash. I like that, but the fact that this is leaving, and it just, there's so much to get into with these games, and I paid my money for Divinity, so I feel like that's the one I should be playing. But if you like these kind of games, you do have probably enough time, but it's a lot to bite off. Alright, The Missing. Now you can tell we're at the bottom of the list because nobody knows these games, or even what they are. Yeah, I started playing this game and I just didn't get it. You're a lady with a sweater and her hands. I don't know if you're carrying something. It looks weird. You look like some weird Cthulhu monster in your highlights, or what do you call it? Your side view. But anyways, yeah, I played it. It's kind of a difficult platformer, and I don't know yet what's going on, and maybe I just didn't get far enough into the game. I also played it at the end of the night and kind of woke up like the next day, not quite remembering what I had played or anything. But then I found this footage and I was like, hey, I don't think I want to play this. I might give it a chance. If I beat Omno and there's still some time, I mean, as of recording this, I got plenty of time, so really I could check this out again. It's just this was the beginning of it. Yay. Alright, and the last game of the night, Mitsurugi Kamui Hikai. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. It is a, what do you call this, a tower fighter. You just you defeat wave after wave until you go up against a boss. The fighting is actually cool, and they do give you a really good tutorial. And so playing the tutorial and understanding it, compared to some of these other games that are like this, made it fun. And it was fun to hack and slash these guys for a while. But you know, just the first area, which doesn't even kick the story in, is 6 waves, and then you gotta go up against this big boss, and it killed me. I got close, though, as you can see here. I found a weird glitch in him where he didn't move for a little while, but then he just one-hit me. Bam! Dead. Yeah. So there you go. That's all the games that are leaving on January 23rd. Thank you for watching. Good night, Dork Points.